Hi, my name is Darlene, and I was just interviewed by Mr. Keith Andrew, and I enjoyed being interviewed by him. I had a great time with him, talking different things, and it's very interesting to talk to him. He is amazing. He's doing a great job, and I would highly recommend him to interview you, and please get interviewed by him, and you're gonna love it. He's amazing.
Whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can sell them out to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. Never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are, who you're going to be. So prove to them, sell them out to something.
I am your host, Keith Andrew, and this is Season 12, Episode 22. That's right, you're not seeing a ghost. I have a beautiful guest here. We had fun the first time, and she wanted to do a second one. Usually, I wait a year and a half, but for you, I'm more than happy to make an exception. So, we're going to go over the first time we talked, and like I said, it's great to have you back on the talk show.
Thank you.
So there's a couple of subjects we're going to talk about are icebreakers, song of the day, COVID-19. So we're going to start off with the big one. How has COVID-19 impacted your career, and do you see life in a different point of view?
The connection is breaking, Sir Keith.
The first question I want to ask you is how has COVID-19 impacted your career, and do you see things differently?
Oh yeah, it's a big impact. It's very difficult to go out during those times, and if you're not a care professional, you are not allowed to go out. So you just stay home, and most of the people works at home, but we, as a care professional, we are allowed to go out because for us to go to our work, and it really give us a big impact because that is crucial times, and anyway, we just overcome the challenges those times, and I just carried on working. And
And the next one I want to ask you is you are both an upcoming actress and a model. Now, with that being said, question I want to ask you is number 11, actually. What attracted you to begin your career as a model and an actress?
It's always something that I want to do, but I never have a chance to do it before. Right now I'm into it, and I'm going for it, and I'm pursuing this modeling.
No, absolutely. Now, number 12, it's what has been your greatest achievements as being a model?
Well, overcoming my fear, because before I don't have the enthusiasms or not enthusiasms. I don't have the that confident. I'm not very confident to do it, and overcoming that kind of fear is my greatest achievement. So I'm happy that I overcome my fear, and now I'm doing the modeling.
Oh, wonderful. And number 13, we're going to ask, these questions are not really in order, so I'm just going to go in random orders. So number 13 is, what are you working on right now as an actress?
As a model, Sir Keith. Yeah, as a model, right now I'm looking forward for different events. I've got events in next month. I'm modeling with Chubbs cancel cancer, and in June I'll be modeling in Worcester. It's helping the charity, the I think it's air ambulance. I'm not really sure. It's the air ambulance, something in the something about charity. And the next one is the House of Musa modeling in London. That's a big event in September.
No, that's absolutely amazing. Actually, I'm going to throw in a bonus question. Who inspired you to become a model?
Well, first and foremost, I am Kate Moss. I really like her. She's a very humble person, and she's pragmatic and very quiet. But when she's quiet, she's really focusing to do something. And she's really good. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. And I was inspired by her.
Oh, it's always great to have someone to look up to and have a true inspiration with. Now, the next question I want to ask you is number 14. As a model, what is your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Some of my biggest failure is I just do it myself. I just train myself, learn by myself. But unfortunately, I will need a help from like professional coach, and I never done that before. But now I'm going into it. I have a training this coming June 8th with Miss Agnes Wade, coach, runaway coach, and confidence. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, if you ever need someone to give you confidence, I'm more than happy to help.
You're a good motivator, so yeah, I bet you're very good. Yeah, you inspire a lot of people. So, and I'm one of them.
No, I appreciate that. So the next one I want to ask you is question number 1. What is the biggest change you want to make in your modeling career?
Well, I want to level up my modeling into professional level, and I wish to get in for international modeling. That's what I wish.
Hey,
So I'll be working hard for it.
never say never. There's always, and you have the looks for it. I see you having a
Well, thank
bright
you.
future.
I know I'm only little, but we are the diversity models are in demand these days. So
Well, there's let's see, what was it? America Got Talent, British Got Talent, America's Next Model. There's no reason why you can't be a part of that.
wow, we'll see. I have to work hard for it.
Oh, never say never. And I do have some ideas for you off the air. But the next question I want to ask you is number 2. What are some of the best acting advice you have ever gotten?
Be yourself and focus. That's
Yep,
the best advice. Be yourself and focus.
absolutely. You have to stay focused on what you need and what you're doing. Or sometimes just put a mask on, like what I'm doing, and it gives you the confidence of doing. It's not always trying to be a carbon copy of somebody else. You should be your own person, but make it your own. Make it your own thing. So it's always good about
Yeah,
staying
true.
focused. So next,
Yes, thank you. True.
so number 3, I want to ask you is with everything that you accomplish in your modeling career, what are some of your highlights?
It, the the it's breaking again, Sir Keith.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I beg
Uh,
your pardon.
so the question I want to ask you, if everything that you accomplish in your acting, I'm looking at my acting questions. The question I want to ask you is, everything that you accomplished in your modeling career, what are some of your highlights?
Some of my highlights are, well, I started my first modeling I did is from modeling in charity for was that to help domestic abuse, that give them aid and help them. And yeah, I did that. I've been modeling into that for us to um, have funds for them, to the people who are a victim of domestic abuse, refugee, especially refugee.
It's always good to support people. And I know people who are in domestic abuse, um, and they bounce back and they got their lives together, but it should never happen in the first place.
Yeah, we have very good organizer. It was Julie Morris and Sophie who organized the event for us to help refugee or domestic abuse. So yeah, I I would like to be helpful to the society and be useful. So yeah, I joined the modeling.
So the next one I want to ask you, with everything that you accomplish as a model, how comfortable are you teaching
Oops,
other people?
coughing. The line keeps coughing, Sir Keith.
I'm sorry about that. It's probably like a bad connection or something. But the next question I want to ask you is, how comfortable are you teaching people everything you know about modeling?
Yeah, but the line keeps breaking. Sorry.
How comfortable are you teaching people modeling?
Oh, I'm not so comfortable yet at the moment, but I'm into it now. Maybe 6 out of 10. But when I get this training and I'll be coaching by professional model as well, then I would like to share it to people, and maybe that time I'll be 10 out of 10.
For me, I mean, I can point people in the right direction. I can tell people, share my experiences, but pretty much it's kind of like I will teach you the do's and don'ts. But I don't see a lot of people say I'm an inspiration, but I kind of see myself as color white's on me. It's green. I'm kind of like green with envy. Uh, I'm still a beginner. It's easier to show people than to teach people. And once you get to that certain point, then when you get to that certain point in your career, you feel like you can give back. You know what I mean? What if when you first started out, it's kind of like I don't have
Yeah.
anything good to say.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the starting point is the difficult one, isn't it?
It is. Now the next one I want to ask is number 5. What's your claim to fame? Because you've been a model and you've been
Oh,
on. Have
me
you been?
being
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, why
that's
were you?
okay. Right. I'm me as being inquisitive. I'm curious in everything, and I like to connect with people. I'd like to talk with people. I'd like to mingle with them, ask questions, and talk to them, get to know. And that's me how I becoming known by people, because I approach them, and I'm very friendly and approachable people. So every now and then I meet people and I say, we talk, and then we connect after.
The next one I want to ask you, if you do your modeling practicing, what music do you listen to?
Hmm. Right. I go to YouTube and I go for Lady Gaga. I always listen for Lady Gaga. There's like some of her music. They're like very lively. So like it makes me lively as well when I practice my modeling.
For me, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, so that gets me pumped up.
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z.
One of the best cartoons ever. So the next one I want to ask you is social media. Are you on Facebook? Are you on also TikTok? What social media do you use and what do you recommend?
At the moment, I'm on Facebook. I stick on Facebook, and for me, Instagram is. Everybody says Instagram is really good, but I use Facebook. I started using Instagram last couple of months, so I'm liking it. So I'll be sticking in Instagram, and I would recommend WhatsApp, Instagram, or Facebook. I don't know about TikTok yet. I don't have a TikTok account.
You're not missing
I don't have.
anything.
I don't have. What is that? Twitter. I don't have that at the moment.
It's funny. I used to have the top six: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. Oh, and whatever order.
Oh,
But now
you're
I
on
just,
social media.
well, I try to be everywhere. Not like a bad rash or anything. You don't want to be like that, but for me, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram are those were the big ones.
How about WhatsApp? Please
I
don't forget WhatsApp.
I heard of
WhatsApp is
it.
good, and there's one more. Telegram.
Oh,
A
what's one?
Snapchat. How about a Snapchat?
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, I'm on there. I don't really use it because it's hard to use, but I'm always on there and it's always good to try other things. But the point is, there's so many different social medias out there that you can use.
I'm not familiar with Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, yeah, but I just don't know what to press and things like that. I get mistakes sometimes, yeah. So I just leave it. I stick on Facebook at the moment.
It's always easier just to stay with the big four: YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. You don't have to go crazy with like, oh, I have to have this, I have to have that. You have the four
Yeah,
main ones. That's all you really need.
yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, yeah.
So the next one I want to ask you is British TV. Do you watch anything on Apple TV or Peacock? Like, what's your favorite show to watch on Apple TV? And do you have a favorite show that you like watching on Peacock?
Mm, we don't have the peacock in here, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't know about the peacock. Do we have a? I'm not really sure. Apple.
You have an Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
So well, hypothetically, I don't live in England, but there should be a Peacock. Peacock, should be regional, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, let's stay with Apple TV. What do you like watching on Apple TV?
Disney.
I know, actually, that's the next one I want to ask you. What are some of your favorite Disney films?
Oh, I always go Rapunzel, Cinderella, and yeah, those kind of Disney I love to watch. My
For
favorite one
me,
is Cinderella.
for me, I'm a big fan of Dumbo and Jumblebook.
You love Dumbo, isn't it?
Well, I guess that goes back to the human pyramid stuff. When I was 4 years old, I got a circus book. It was pretty much a giant book like this, but it was very thin. Yeah, I think it had like 10 pages in there or something. But the one thing that always stood out was on the second page. It was a 10-person human pyramid. Then at the same time, I was watching Dumbo, and I'm like, okay, well, I like circus acts, and this is one of them. So I kind of like at a young age, it was kind of engraved on me.
Oh, that's why until up to these days, you still like Dumbo. Now I got you.
I'm a loser, I know.
Oh,
And the one thing about Jungle Book was the march and everything. I never liked to run track. I never liked to be in a group of people because if one person's not paying attention, everyone's got to pile up. So I guess that's
ah,
one reason I like the Jumble Buck one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Yeah.
So the next one I'm going to ask you, passing the show over to you, I want you to be brutally honest. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, once again, what made you say yes? Well, actually, you approached me to be back on my show. So what made you approach me a second time?
Because because I wanna talk to you. I wanna jump in your gig night. This is like a gig night, and I feel comfortable talking to you, and I like the way how you motivate me. I like the way how you handle the situations of you and how you advise people. So you all inspire us. So I will always want to be coming back to your network to be talking to you.
And you're welcome to be part of my network. We can definitely talk about that off the air. But just for an example, if you want to have your own talk show, your own segment, you're more than welcome to be part of it.
We're gonna do it together.
So the next one I want to ask you, for people who don't know anything about my network, for for an example, your friends, what would be some of the words of wisdom to say, would you recommend it to them to be about being on my show?
I will recommend them. I'll tell them how amazing you are and how inspiring you are. And, I'll encourage them because once they speak to you and once they get into this kind of interview, I'm sure they're going to love it.
No, absolutely. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But with the last 5 minutes, I'm going to pass it over to you. Was there anything you wanted to talk about? Anything you want to ask me?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Yeah, all good. Everything is good. Yeah.
Absolutely. I do have a couple questions for